Should I be having coffee after 4? Probably not, but let's do it anyways. Oops. Looks like we're almost ready. Don't want to fill it too much. It is late after all. Oh, okay, let me sneak in here. Oh, it's a good 8 on that. Today we're gonna discuss why it is that video games bring us joy. Whether you're an adult or whether you're a child, at least at one point, if you enjoy gaming, you have found lots of joy in it. Lately, I have been enjoying a lot of games, as my New Year's resolution for this year is to embrace joy in its fullest without feeling guilt or shame for the things that I enjoy. If you don't know me, hi, my name is Ashley. This is Ashley Learns Joy, a place where we discuss the simple things in everyday life that bring us joy. So sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice warm beverage, and let's talk about the things that bring us joy. I have a couple of notes that I wrote down because I've been thinking about this for some time. This week has really been about me reflecting on the things that bring me lots of joy. And of course, video games is the first thing that pops into my mind because I've been playing a lot of games lately because I just find them to be very enjoyable and fun. But it led me to the question, why? Why is it that whether you're young or old, you can find joy in a video game? It led me down a little bit of a rabbit hole of thinking, and the first thing that came to my mind is memories. So for me specifically, a video game is something that ties me to the past. It's nostalgic, and it reminds me of a simpler time. But not only that, it reminds me of a time where I had a lot more freedom, less responsibility, and my imagination was just going wild. But that's not really truly the thing that pulls me in to video games and allows it to just spread so much joy in my life. The thing for me is the memories that are tied to specific games. I can remember certain people who I played certain games with, or certain times that I laughed or bonded with a friend or a parent over a specific game. And these are the things that bring me back to the games. I look at them fondly and I remember them well. Like I said before, whether you're old or young, there's definitely been a time that you can remember having a very fond bonding experience with someone during a video gaming session. And this is one of the reasons why I really think that games bring a lot of joy into our life. They connect us to other people. Which actually brings me into my next point. I think one of the other reasons why we love video games so much and why we find a bunch of joy in them is because it builds this sense of connection. It builds community. A lot of people unfortunately look down upon the hobby of video games and think that it's not productive or it doesn't really do much in the sense of really anything. And I disagree so strongly with that point. And one of the reasons why is because video games is one of those hobbies that really allows you to bond with other people. It helps you build a community and it helps you socialize with other like-minded individuals like yourself. I know that one of the great things about games is it brings people together. I have played a video game with my parent and had a blast. I've played video games with friends, so many different friends, and laughed and bonded, and we had inside jokes over games, and we shared those memories together. There's also been times where I've gone online to the internet to see what other people are thinking about a game that I'm playing or a game that I'm enjoying, and it makes me feel connected to those people. I've been on YouTube now for over 20 years, not as a channel or as a face, but just as a viewer, someone who's really just enjoyed viewing content. I love people like Metal Jesus Rocks and Happy Console Gamer and Urka Gaming and Fem Trooper. These are people who I go to because I value their opinions on games. And I love going into the comments section and just reading what other people are playing or other opinions that people might have. It really just makes you feel connected to other people who love the same interests or the same hobby that you have. And that's why I think community is one of the reasons that video games bring us joy. Let me check my notes here for a second. The other reason that I think we find a lot of joy in playing video games is because of what a game has to offer. It's not always just about really fun gameplay that draws you into a game. It's about the experience you have while playing. I know I talked about experience with memories and nostalgia, but it's really your experience with a game. And what do I mean by that? I mean, it's about the story. Sometimes it's more than just gameplay. There's a deeper story to be told in many different games, whether you're talking about The Witcher 3 or God of War, or whether you're talking about something like Max Payne. There's so many different types of stories that are told through different games. Some of them are deep, some of them are emotional. Take Expedition 33, for instance. This has blown away people. It won almost every game award at the Game Awards this year. Why? Because people were so drawn to its story. Its storytelling was unmatched. And that is the thing that draws people to games. It's what gives us joy. It allows us to connect to human stories, and it allows us to relate to characters that are maybe similar to people we know, or they're not similar to anyone we know, and therefore it allows us to put ourselves in their shoes and see something from a different perspective, or see an experience in life through another person's eyes. It's different than watching a movie. You're actually putting yourself in that character's shoes. You're playing as them, and you're playing through all of the things that are happening to them. And I think that just really connects us to characters, to a story at a deeper level. You know, people don't talk about how important storytelling is, but in my honest opinion, human storytelling is so important because it puts you in the shoes of another person, and it really gets to the heart of what it means to be human. And that's really what a lot of video game stories are about. They're about triumph, they're about revenge, they're about betrayal, they're about human emotions, right? Maybe they're not good emotions all the time. There's grief and there's pain and there's suffering, but that's a part of life. And it helps us understand things a little bit more and a little bit deeper. But not only that, a lot of games have happy endings. And so that also brings us lots of joy. The last point that I want to make is the last thing I thought about when I was writing down my points for this video. What is it? What is the real thing? What's the number one thing that draws us in, that allows us joy in gaming? It's because games are fun. That's it. That's the core of it. It has so much to offer, but it's a living, breathing piece of art made for you to enjoy, and that's exactly what we do. And it gets our brain thinking, it gets our mind moving, and it just gets our imagination flowing. I could go on and on about the wonders of video games and all the joy that video games have brought me throughout the years. And what this video has done is it's really reminded me of the importance of doing the thing that you love. For me, that's playing video games. I can't get enough of it, and it seems to me like I've just missed out on so much joy that I could be having, so much fun I could be experiencing in so many games, because for so long I just allowed myself to feel too much guilt and shame for being an adult who plays video games. And I'm here to tell you, if you're an adult who plays video games and loves them, keep enjoying and loving playing video games. There's nothing wrong with it. Hello! We have a visitor, and with that, she's gone. There's nothing wrong with playing video games. I think that life is too short to not do the things that make you happy. And if a game makes you happy, then do it. And what's better, find other people like you who enjoy the same exact hobby. It's hard when you surround yourself with people who are maybe workaholics or maybe pride themselves on responsibility. And maybe you have a lot of responsibilities in your life. I know I do. But it's important to still make the time for yourself. And if making time for yourself is playing video games, then you should do that. Everyone needs self-care, and we've been looking at self-care all wrong. I definitely think you need movement in your life. You need a nutritious diet, but you also need fun. Fun is so important. Think about The Sims for a second, right? If you've ever played The Sims, you know that Sims have those little bars, right? The happy meter bars. And you have to fill the certain meters in order for your sim to be happy. There's one for hygiene, there's one for socialization, there's one for, I don't know, there's a couple of them. You know what I'm talking about if you've played The Sims. And there's one for fun. It doesn't matter how high all of your bars are for hygiene, for food, for socialization. If the fun meter is low and is empty, your sim will cry and be miserable. It's literally how we are as humans. If we don't allow ourselves fun, if we don't allow ourselves joy, and allow ourselves to do the things that literally make us so happy, then what's the point? I hope that this is not coming off too strong or too aggressive, but lately I've just been really passionate about this, and I've been thinking about it so much, and I'm excited. I'm excited to start bringing joy back into my life, and I want to spread that with all of you lovely people out there. I think that we should just have fun and experience joy together. So if you've made it this far in the video and listened to me ramble on, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. I still don't know what I'm doing with this channel. I've never done anything like this before, and this is really just experimental at this point. So thank you so much. And before I leave you today, I just want to invite you to do one thing before the day ends that brings you joy. It's been a pleasure. Please take care of yourself. See you in the next one. Just a spoonful. Not graceful at all. Let's bring everybody closer together. So today I wanted to talk about why is it that video games in general bring us so much joy? Let's